Hello, welcome back. So in this part, we are going to understand what are the steps for drawing uh, bending moment and shear force diagram. So shear force and bending moment diagram for the beam can be constructed using the following procedure. So first step will be to find out the support reaction. So we already understood how do we find out support reactions using the equations of equilibrium. So we already know that process. So first of all, we will find out the reactive forces, reactions. The second step is to find out the shear and moment function. So as I have discussed in the previous part also, we will find out shear and moment function in terms of X. So as you can see, I am using the same diagram. So here we are required to find out shear and moment function. So first of all, we will divide the beam into the segment. So in this case, according to the load acting on the beam, we can divide the beam into three segments, segment A, B, and L. And we will measure the distance. We will measure the length of segment from the left hand support only. Okay. So then we will find out the shear and moment function for each segment. So as written here, specify separate coordinate X having an origin at the beam's left end and extending to regions of the beam between concentrated forces and or couple moments or where the distributed load is continuous. As I have said that if there is a change in UDL or if there is an application of concentrated load or the couple moment, then we change the function. So here, as in the first segment, we will be having different function. In the second segment B, we will be having different function. And in the third segment, we will be having a different function. Then what we will do is we will section or cut. We will cut the beam at each distance X, and then we will draw the free body diagram of one of the segment. And yes, here we have to be sure that V and M are shown acting in their positive sense. Well, for example, if I have to make, if I have to make function of M and V for segment A. So in that case, first of all, I will cut a section in between this segment at a distance, say X1. Okay, and then for the left hand side, generally of the left hand side, I will make the free body diagram of the left hand segment. Say, for example, this is the beam, left segment of the beam, and this is the reaction. Okay, so at this point where I have cut the beam, then I will show the internal forces. Now, internal forces, the direction of internal forces should be shown as in the positive sense. So here on the left hand side of the section, I have shown the upward force. Then on this side, it will be downward force. So it is V. Similarly, to bend this section in the sagging mode, we know that on the left hand side, the moment will be clockwise, and on the right hand side, the moment will be anti-clockwise. Then only we have the sagging moment. So this I am showing you to describe how we are going to show the internal force V and M. So the sense of M will be anti-clockwise and sense of shear force will be downward on the right hand side of this section. So that is the free body diagram of this beam section for the segment A. And then we will find out the V value and M value as a function of X. So we will understand this concept more when we will be solving the example. Then the shear force V is obtained by summing the forces perpendicular to the beam's axis, that is as per the definition, and the bending moment M is obtained by summing the moment about the section end of the segment. So when we are supposed to find out V, what we will do is we will see how many vertical forces are there, and then we will find out their vertical summation. and that summation will be the value of V. Similarly, to find out the value of M, we will take moment at this point where we have cut the section, and then we will find out the resultant moment of all the forces acting on that particular section. So here in our case, the UDL is acting and reaction is there. So moment due to UDL and moment due to reaction. So there will be two forces. So we will find out their moment and we will find out their resultant. So that resultant will be the value of M. So that resultant M will be in terms of X, because the length of this section will be X. So basically we are going to make the equations of moment and shear force to draw the diagram. So once we find out the functions of M and V, then we will draw the shear force and moment diagram. So then we will plot the shear diagram V versus X. X is actually showing the length of beam and V is the vertical ordinate of the graph. So basically there will be a graph. So this is the ordinate showing the value X, which is the length of beam, and this ordinate will be showing the value of V. Okay, so that is the diagram. So in this you can see here, this X is showing, this is the horizontal ordinate, which is the X value, and vertical ordinate is V. And on the same line we will find out the bending moment diagram. We will plot the bending moment diagram, M versus X. If we get any value negative while computing the value, if we get any value negative, then we will plot that value below the x-axis. So here it is written, if computed values of functions describing the value of V and M are positive, the values are plotted above the x-axis, whereas the negative value are plotted below the x-axis. So here in this case you can see, as this is the X line and it is showing the 0, 0. So if the shear force is positive, then it is drawn above this X axis. Similarly, some part of the beam is experiencing the negative shear force, which is between B and L. So this is the negative shear force. While in case of bending moment, it is completely above the X axis. So the whole bending moment will be positive, which means the whole beam will sag. Okay. So that is the steps that we are going to follow to draw the bending moment and shear force diagram. So in the next part, we will take an example to understand the process, how we are going to draw the BMD and SFD. Thank you.